Hi, Jimmy. How are you? How you been?
I've been all right. It's been, I guess you could say, stressful.
Okay, why don't you tell me about it? What's been going on?
Well, I kind of took some of your advice last time. I was talking to my parents and stuff, and put my child in daycare, obviously, as you know, and it didn't work out as well as we wanted it to. He, his behavior was a big time issue once again, and the daycare said he could no longer go there, which required me to take more time off of work.
Okay, so he's not attending daycare anymore?
No,
Did you try a different daycare?
I did not try a different daycare.
Okay. I mean, sometimes with the daycare issue, maybe try a different one. Maybe one that specializes on kids with special needs.
Mm.
It is a challenge. Um, Why don't you tell me what other problems you've been having within the last couple of weeks? I know we've been talking often. We've been having meetings a couple of times a week. I know you've been having a lot of problems with, besides your son's behavior and stuff. How's therapy going?
It's going. I haven't been going as much as I need to, probably. Obviously, I've obviously started drinking and stuff now, and I mean, I think I've just kind of got to the point where I don't know what else to do.
What do you mean by that, James?
I feel like I have tried everything that I can do to to accommodate for my son.
What have you been trying besides the daycare?
That and going to counseling.
But you just said you stopped going.
I've been drinking.
So you stopped going to counseling and you've been drinking.
Hmm.
And your son is no longer going to daycare
Correct.
and you've been working less.
I've been working less.
Okay. Have you started going to the support groups that I encourage you to go for all the parents with autistic children?
I have, and it seems like I guess you could say it just seems like it's hard for me to relate with these people.
How so? Why?
I mean, everybody to me, everybody has their own issues.
Okay. Of course, everybody does, but I think it would help you out because your son's disability is very similar to other kids out there, and you could understand from the parents and see kind of how they deal with it, and it would help you out. Have you taken anything
I mean,
from those?
I try to. I mean, it's one thing sitting inside of there and listening, and in your head, you're like, yeah, okay, I can do this, I can do this. Oh, wow, that's a good idea. But when you actually get home, it's a different story. I don't know if the drive's just not there anymore or the patients aren't there. I mean, obviously the patients aren't there. Um, it's just, I don't know, it seems like when I get home, other things start kicking in, like me missing work, how financially in debt I am because I'm missing all this time off of work, bills getting behind, and it's becoming a real big stressor.
I know you also took your son to see his physician, and they discovered that he also has ADHD, and they gave him medication, and that was supposed to calm him down a little bit. How's that working?
I mean, it might have worked a little bit, But I mean, I don't know if it's. I don't think the ADHD is the issue. I mean, it does help with the medication that he's on.
I know you also mentioned your parents. I know we discussed the possibility of your son going to stay with your parents for a little bit. How are your parents feeling about that?
They're not down with it. They don't want to do it.
They don't want to help you out
They
with that.
don't. No, they don't want to help out. They don't want to do nothing. Um, just seems like I mean, it seems like I'm at the point where it's like I'm the only one that is trying, and I feel like I'm at the point where I'm just about ready to quit.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
I mean, I don't know what else to do. My head, I feel like there's nothing else I can do to pretty much take care of my son.
I mean, I think maybe we could take a different approach with the situation. How what have has your therapist suggest? Because I know your son also went to the therapist.
I mean, it is. I mean, it's just the counselors is. I mean, they try to give you the advice and they try to point you in the right direction. But to me, it's like once you've hit that point of no return, it's just. I mean, you feel helpless because nobody wants to help. And I know I've been going to counseling, and I mean the whole daycare, it just. I don't know. These counselors, they think they know everything, but they don't know what goes on inside of a person's head.
Why do you feel that way, James?
Because I feel like that because they're not in that situation. I mean,
Your situation?
how can somebody give you advice about a situation that they've never been in before?
And you're talking about the situation that you're in right
Correct. The situation that I am in right now.
now. I mean, that's their job to kind of help you out with the situation, to see it from a different perspective. It should help you out a little bit.
I mean, it does. It helps out a little bit. I mean, it helps your. I mean, it helps to talk about it, and it helps get it off your chest and stuff. But at the same time, I mean, this person doesn't. I mean, I try to explain how I feel, the emotions I feel, and the emotions I express when things happen with my son and stuff like that. But I mean, at the same time, when you literally feel like you hit rock bottom.
What things have been happening with him? I know you had problems with him in school. What things have been happening in school?
Just acting out, not listening to the teachers, having outbursts at the teacher or the daycare providers.
By outburst, what do you mean? Is he getting violent with them?
He's getting, well, that's what they've said. I mean, I'm not there to see it, so, but they said that he's gotten violent, but violent to them and violent to me could be two different types of violent.
So what are their reports saying? I mean, according to them, what is he
Like
doing in school?
throwing chairs and just making, I guess you could probably say maybe verbal comments or verbal threats, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm. Is he hurting any other students or the teachers?
Not that I'm aware of.
And this is exactly what he did with the daycare as well.
Correct.
So they kick him out.
Yes.
Okay.
So it's been a struggle. I mean, I can honestly say this has probably been the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with in my life. I mean, I feel like my drinking is starting to take control. And then obviously, me drinking is going to start affecting my work. So not only am I affecting my work by drinking, I mean, the things with the issues and stuff with my son.
Unfortunately, James, because of the last visit that we had, where you disclosed that you had been drinking a lot and you had been hitting your son, I mean, I saw the bruises that you had left on your son, and the last time I was here, I did have to report the incidents. So OCS is the one that is going to be in charge of your case from here on. To be honest, I don't know what approach is going to be next. Um, we have tried everything that was in my power to help you out with. You know, I mean, I provided the help as far as, you know, that kind of push that you needed, you know, to get counseling and to guide you in the right direction to get, you know, the help that you needed for him and what we thought that was right during that time. But because it turned into an unhealthy environment for your son, I did have to disclose the issues because it is no longer a healthy environment for him, unfortunately. So OCS will be in contact with you if they haven't already. I'm not sure um, if they have opened up a case for you already, but to be honest, the approach that they're going to take, I don't know what they're going to do from here on.
So, are they going to take my son, or?
I wouldn't know. I don't know. It's a different process that they do. Um, but your caseworker's not going to be me anymore. They're
Okay.
gonna assign someone for you and open an investigation and see what the situation is at home, because things have gotten out of control. You know, we tried to maintain the situation where it was okay for your son, and it's no longer the case. You
Right, and
know,
I mean that's pretty much what I mean. I try to explain it to the counselor and stuff like that, but I mean, like I said, I mean, it's hard to explain what goes on in your head. I mean, one thing leads to another. I mean, you start stressing out, you start drinking, and I mean, at the same time, I hate myself for what I did, but at the same time, I don't know. Maybe this is a step for the better.
right? I mean, I hope so. I really do. I know that ever since you and I met and we started our weekly meetings, I know you always disclosed to me that you wanted the best for your son, and that was pretty much what you were here for, you know, just seeking the best for
Right.
him. So I know that your intentions were never to hurt him in any way. I know that things just got out of control and it was the stress that got to you. But I mean, from now on, we're just gonna hope that, you know, the situation gets better and, you know, hopefully the outcome is in the best interest of your son.
Right. I mean, it's like, how can somebody help someone else when they can't even help themselves?
Right.
So, hopefully, it'll be the better for him. I mean, like you said, that's what I've always wanted from the get go. That's what I wanted when I first started talking to you guys. And
Just stay positive and you know, just do your best and, you know, do everything that they tell you to do and, you know, just work hard if it's in the best interest of your son for you to keep him, then just work hard for that, and it's possible.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to work hard for it, I mean, a child with a disability is no different than a normal child, I mean, you just have to work a little harder.
So, would you recommend me still attending the counselings and going to them just so? I mean, I don't know. I mean, should I keep going?
Absolutely. I think you're gonna need it just because of your background with your parents and your disconnection with your mother and the issues that you've had with your ex-wife and you know you becoming a single father and the problems that you've had with your son and everything else. I think it's actually beneficial for you to continue going. It will definitely help you out. I think it's a big thing to keep going to.
All right. I think I'm actually going to start attending meetings as well because I feel like my drinking's getting out of control as well, which is obviously not helping the issue.
That's a big step. That's a really good thing to do. I mean, so you can start going back to work on the regular basis. That's a really good thing to do as well.
Okay.
That would definitely help you out with.
Yeah. I mean, like I said earlier, I mean, how can you help somebody when you can't help yourself? So I guess the one way or somewhere to start is to start helping myself and try and take that right step to see what happens and see what would you call it, OCP, OCS,
Right.
OCS. That way I don't look too bad on them.
Well, it's a good thing. I mean, you need to be healthy for your son and for yourself. So it's a good thing. Just keep going to your counseling. It's always good to be in a good mental state. It's good to get rid of those negative thoughts that you've had and those negative experiences. So I think it's a good thing. Just go ahead and continue your meetings and go ahead and start your AA meeting as well. That's taking a huge step. And I think that whatever the outcome is with your son, he will appreciate it. He will really appreciate that.
Okay, well, I guess we will just take the right steps from here. And now, will I be hearing back from you at all?
No, this will be our last visit.
Okay.
This would be our last meeting together. From here on, like I said, OCS will be the one that would be in contact with you. And
Now, doesn't OCS work with you, or?
I am not part of OCS. Now they will
Okay.
be the ones that will open a case for you, and because now is pretty much like child abuse. What's happened with your son, physical abuse, um, and because of your drinking and stuff, I really don't know what the situation is gonna be. To be honest, I can't even tell you because I don't want to tell you something and give you the wrong information. So
Right.
I don't know what's gonna happen.
Okay.
But
Well,
this will definitely be our last meeting, and I wish you the very best. Um, but like I said, just try to do the best for yourself, and your son will absolutely thank you for it.
outstanding.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Okay. Well, thank you for coming,
Yeah. Thank you very
and
much. And
it has been great a couple of weeks.
if I have any questions, can I give you a call?
Absolutely, you could always give me a call, and I'll hear from you soon. Then,
All right. Thank you very much.
bye bye.
Bye.